Could Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith, defeat the Seven, arguably the most diabolical superhero team out there? It's bad guy versus bad guy, but who's ultimately going to come out on top here? Let's get into it. But if you think Darth Vader wins, well, hit that subscribe button. If you disagree, if you think the Seven can take him down, well, turn on that notification bell. Now let's get it. Starting out, let's take a little closer look at Darth Vader. And the first thing that we gotta recognize is that if we truly wanted to use Vader in his prime, then we would use this version of Vader. Anakin Skywalker was the most powerful Jedi in over a millennium, and he had unprecedented power in the Force. Our Revenge of the Sith, he was more powerful than anyone on the Jedi Council, even Master Yoda. Even Darth Sidious had to concede that Anakin was potentially more powerful than him. And during the duel on Mustafar, this was Vader at arguably the height of his power. He's the chosen one. But then he was defeated by Obi-Wan, he caught on fire, had like half his body cut off by this point, and was put inside the cybernetic suit keeping him alive. And according to George Lucas, lost a lot of his power and potential in the process. Now that he's half man and half machine, he lost a lot of the ability in the Force because there just isn't as much human left. So where before he had the potential to be twice as powerful as the Emperor, now he's operating at maybe 80% of the Emperor's power, more on par with Darth Maul and Count Dooku. It also messed him up as a lightsaber fighter too. He lost and had to relearn a lot of the skill and ability that he had as Anakin, and definitely lost all that self-confidence that he had. Of course, there are other things to suggest that this isn't the case at all, and Darth Vader actually did get more powerful after putting on the suit, and that his prime was really around Return of the Jedi. Like, he lost his first fight against Obi-Wan Kenobi, first few fights really, but by the time that New Hope rolls around, well, Vader was powerful enough to beat him. And it wasn't just the fact that Obi-Wan was older now and couldn't fight as well with a lightsaber. One, because Obi-Wan had killed Darth Maul while in this same state. But two, because they were also having a Force battle at the same time during this fight. We just couldn't see that playing out with our eyes. But old Ben was wearing out and losing the fight before the fight even began. Just by being around Vader's presence in the Force was enough to tire Obi-Wan out. He had been growing more and more powerful in the dark side of the Force, tapping into a whole new power stream than before. And he's actually come to believe that his injuries only made him stronger and increased his connection to the Force. His pain fed his hate, and his anger, his hate turned into strength, suggesting he's still becoming even more powerful as Vader. So definitely a debate there. But honestly, just because we'll have access to a lot more cool stuff, we're gonna say his prime is Return of the Jedi. Darth Vader has been consistently called one of the deadliest Sith in history, one of the most powerful entities in the galaxy, and someone with the potential to rival or even possibly overthrow the Emperor himself. And this kinda did come to fruition. He did kill the Emperor, even if the death didn't really stick. His Force power manifests itself in a lot of different ways, from telepathy to creating Force barriers or amping himself with Force rage, but his primary has to be telekinesis. He's able to tear apart AT-ATs, bring down trees the size of buildings, or even bring down huge buildings themselves. His raw power is absolutely insane. And he's not necessarily just a bull in a china shop either. Darth Vader has pretty substantial control over everything around him. He's even able to force choke someone from all the way across the galaxy. But it doesn't just stop there. Outside of his insane connection with the Force, Vader is also a tremendously gifted and deadly fighter. He's impossibly strong, and he can use this in a fight, easily overpowering other Jedi or lightsaber fighters. He's surprisingly fast. Even with his robotic armor, he can block pretty much all attacks coming his way, and it's even been said that he's faster than the Emperor himself. Then where Vader shines is his durability, which makes sense. He's already missing half of his body and replaced it with metal. Even before that, he was still pretty good at enduring pain. Vader can legit walk through blaster fire, walk through explosions. It almost doesn't even faze him for the most part. He was even able to take Palpatine's Force Lightning. This is an attack powerful enough to have Maul crying on the floor and begging for mercy. Maul, the guy who feeds off of pain to make him grow stronger in the Force, and survived literally being cut in half. Palpatine's lightning had him screaming out, but when Sidious hit Vader with enough lightning to make his skeleton show up through the armor, I don't even know how that one's possible, well, Vader just kept on pushing, determined to kill him. Then there's just straight his skill. He's the best duelist the Empire has, and fights with a unique and unpredictable style that actually takes bits and elements from all combat techniques. He got more and more skilled between A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, and then between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, to the point where it was said he was unparalleled in terms of pure skill. He had no equal, putting him above the likes of Obi-Wan, Luke, and maybe even the Emperor himself. Alright, so just who is a part of the Seven? Who are they bringing to the table? Well, like we said, they're clearly a parody of the League, so you've actually got a lot of the same archetypes, like the Deep, who's their Aquaman. Problem is, he can't really do much to anyone here. He's basically only useful when he's in the water, so he's kinda a joke. On top of that, kinda a huge pervert. He's slightly stronger than most people, but really has no true fighting experience. You can definitely take him down with one good gill punch. Starlight is surprisingly strong. She overpowers normal people and sends them flying. She can even fight against Stormfront, the evil super Nazi. She's surprisingly tough, but her main power is her ability to manipulate light and manipulate electricity. She can fire out light blasts that can take down steel doors, hurt Stormfront, just casually send people flying all around. Plus, she can create light so bright that it'll literally blind you. Black Noir is like the Batman of the group, the dark, mysterious master martial artist. He's super strong, ripped a man's face open and pounded on Starlight. He's incredibly durable, taking point-blank explosions, taking bombs and bullets, even taking blasts from Starlight. He's also definitely the best fighter on the team, best one of the group, as he's taking down Kamiko, Starlight, and the boys. A-Train is the fastest man in the world, speedster of the Seven. He's the Flash, although nowhere really near fast as the Flash. He's able to outrun bullets, dodge Starlight's blast, kind of fight at super speed, and if he's going fast enough, run straight through people. Plus, he's strong enough to literally pull a train. Queen Maeve is essentially Wonder Woman. She's strong enough to stop a speeding truck cold, stop it dead in its tracks. So that means she's pretty freaking durable too. Plus, she can take bullets point blank, absolutely no problem. She can restrain Black Noir, she can fight against Stormfront, she can even fight against Homelander. But she's also clearly got her limits, still though really powerful. Stormfront is Homelander's Nazi lover. She's definitely one of the most powerful supes in the world. She's superhumanly strong, able to overpower both Kamiko and Starlight, even throw around Homelander in a kinky sort of way. She's superhumanly tough, at least somewhat, but her main powers come from her electricity and lightning manipulation. Her lightning blasts are able to down pretty much anyone who gets in her way. When she really lets loose, goes all out, well, she's able to destroy entire buildings. And then there's the most powerful of them all, Homelander, an evil, twisted, psychopathic, narcissistic Superman. He's way stronger than anyone else around him, to the point where even other heroes like Queen Maeve and Starlight can't really do anything to him. He's completely bulletproof. No other hero can take him out. It's even been said that there isn't a weapon on Earth that they haven't thrown at him. They've all failed. He's incredibly fast, even faster than A-Train, but mostly just uses that speed to fly all around, flying from one point to another. Doesn't really use it in a fight. His main tactic in a fight is his heat vision. He'll just laser everybody around him, doesn't care at all. So who wins here? Well, let's break it down a little bit. And since this is one guy versus a team of characters, it's really important that we prove that Vader is powerful enough to just hold his own against the Seven before we can even prove that he's powerful enough to beat them. I mean, even though the Seven aren't like the Avengers or the Justice League out there, they're all incredibly, superhumanly strong and tough, each and every one of them. That's even before you include their powers and abilities. But here's the thing, so is Darth Vader. Vader is regularly showing off superhuman strength, throwing around Jedi like they weigh nothing, beating up giant alien monsters with just his bare hands, even just casually blocking tank laser fire or walking through Force attacks. All of it demonstrates some crazy strength and power. He's also insanely durable too, easily withstanding blaster fire, massive explosions. He can walk through fire, or being slammed through skyscrapers, or even crashing down to a planet's surface. Vader has taken it all and kept on trucking. Lastly, Vader is very, very fast, like very fast. He's routinely blitzing opponents, deflecting laser blasts, moving faster than the eye can see. All of that is just light work for Darth Vader here. He's regularly doing this. He's just ridiculously strong and ridiculously durable and ridiculously fast too, especially when his main power still does come from the Force in his lightsaber. However, the Seven are packing some actual weight too. An argument can be made that some of them are powerful enough to fight against Vader on their own, much less in a team like this. Of course, that's not true for all of them. Like the Deep, Vader will be able to slice the guy in half. Same with Starlight, same with Black Noir, heck, same with A-Train, just when Vader can catch him. And yes, I know all these heroes are technically bulletproof, but we're talking about a lightsaber here. It's been able to cut clean through just about anything it touches, and Darth Vader is one of the best with it. Really, the only three here who won't be cut clean through instantly are Homelander and Queen Maeve and Stormfront. And I would argue that Maeve and Stormfront could still be killed with a lightsaber. They might be able to take a few glancing blows, and it would have to be a more intentional strike, but I think a lightsaber could still get through them. They're not that durable. Now with Homelander, well, I'm not sure a lightsaber is gonna be enough. Now, I'm not completely sold on that. A lightsaber might be enough, but it really doesn't matter, because Darth Vader has the Force on his side too. And he's done some truly incredible things with the Force. He's leveled buildings, he's destroyed fortresses, he's annihilated starships. Heck, he's defeated giant monsters or overpowered starships as they were fighting against him. There's definitely enough here to suggest that Darth Vader could get his hands on Homelander with the Force and throw him around, or even just force choke him to death. On the flip side, there's not a lot here that the Seven can do against Darth Vader. Most of them are purely up-close and personal fighters, and Vader can cut right through them with his lightsaber, so as soon as they get close, they're going down. And the others, Well, while they can shoot energy blast or send heat vision his way, Darth Vader should be able to just simply take it or easily send it right back with his lightsaber. Even if you want to throw Stormfront into the mix, say that her lightning might be able to do something against Vader in his armor. Well, while she might look like a formidable force against Vader with that lightning, again, Darth Vader can just block it. Emperor Palpatine was regularly sending lightning Vader's way, and Palpatine has some seriously powerful lightning, way more than Stormfront, and Vader was regularly either blocking it, and if he wasn't blocking it, he was taking it head on. Stormfront's lightning isn't going to be enough to turn the tide here. Not even to mention that Darth Vader is one of the best fighters in the entire galaxy. He's a warrior through and through with decades of experience. He's been in countless fights, killed countless enemies, and won countless battles. The Seven are all a bunch of glorified celebrities who let their powers go straight to their heads and developed major god complexes. They're really not all that skilled, not all that experienced, and the only time they've ever really worked as a team is in the movies. End of the day, Darth Vader is just too much for this team. He's just too much. His lightsaber will be the death of most of them. And if Vader can't get them with his blade, well, he can take them out with the Force. He's able to kill people with just a thought and bring down buildings with just a wave of his hand. And his hatred and anger are unmatched. There's no stopping him. While the Seven will probably get their hits in, Darth Vader is just as strong as most of them and tough enough to take some brutal attacks. There's just nothing to stop Vader from cutting through them with his lightsaber, throwing them around with the Force, or just simply snapping necks at will. It would be a good fight, but Vader is coming out on top here. Darth Vader wins. But what do y'all think? Sound off in the comments down below. I know you're gonna have thoughts and feelings on this one for sure. If you stuck around this long and made it to the end of the video, that's amazing. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting us. And if you want to go subscribe, well, go subscribe. You're going to see more videos like this one every single week. I'll see y'all then. I'll see y'all next time.